Yes, my friends, come with me to Neil's Resin Lab. We're going to have a look around at some of the custom handmade resin products he makes. This is his business card here, Resin Art by Oz. He makes handmade resin art for all occasions, even custom made stuff, so if you've got an idea, send him a message and he'll probably be able to create it for you. I'll show you around his lab, show you some of the stuff he makes and creates, show you some of his finished products. Follow his Facebook page, Resin Art by Oz. Right, we're in Neil's Resin Lab, Resin Art by Oz. We're going to have a look at some of the products what he creates out of resin.
So the process starts obviously with, we've got the mixing cups and we've got the resin here, and it's all, I use a 1-to-1 resin for my casting. So casting resin is 1-to-1. If you're pouring it more than 2 inches, you need a deep pour resin, which is 2-to-1. But I use 1-to-1 most of the time. I use Let's Resin or Craft Resin, they're my two favourites. Well, so we mix it all up here. We obviously put this on first because we have to alleviate the fumes. There isn't many fumes, it's low odour all this, but we need a window open and some kind of purifier. We'll mix it up and then we'll put it over here. This is the little mixer. I'll mix it for about 5 minutes. This just saves your arm if you're doing loads of things. And then after that process of 5 minutes, it'll go in this machine here, which is called the debubbler. So we'll put it in there, switch it on, it creates a vacuum, pulls all the bubbles out. 99% of the bubbles are the enemy of resin. And then we go to the moulds. If we had a mould here, we could mix the pigments. There's a drawer of some of my pigments. We've got alcohol inks for the blooms, chameleon powders there, colour shifting. We've got all the mica powders, dyes, bloom pastes, glitters, and then more pastes. And then we'll mix it in, and then I'll probably put it back in the debubbler for a couple of minutes, and then into your mould, whatever you're doing. And that's just a simple process of it. We've got lots of moulds. Get generally all my moulds from Pouring Your Heart Out in Australia, so they're nice thicker moulds. Some of the Chinese ones are a little bit cheap and they're only 1 use or 2 use. These are multiple use. So there we go.
Yeah. So how long does it take to create like something like that, like from start to finish?
So the like little pendants like this it's about half an hour to get it all mixed up properly, and then obviously prepare your moulds. And then once you put it in, it's usually, this likes to set up overnight or 12 hours, but you can demould it after 12 hours, but it'll still be slightly soft. So 24 hours normally. So I did this total, so I poured this in 2 goes, so it took 2 days to do. And these were poured last night. And this is same as this, but this is for a project I'm doing, and so is this. This is half filled, so I have to continue with that. But these are actually finished. Should just pop out of the moulds nice and easy. And these are little puffy heart pendants done in like a copper colour, which I'll put on a little chain. I'll give them a quick clean up. The moulds come out nice and clean. A shiny mould is what you need.
Yeah.
And then if they're a little bit rough around the edge, I'll just get this tool here over the bin. This is a deburring tool, and we just run it around the edge like so. It just takes a slight little, if there's any overspill being on or there's been an air bubble, like that, just like that, and just feel it's nice and smooth. Once it's smooth, a little bit there, you see, and just get it off. You let the knife do the work. If you do it like a tatty peeler, it'll gouge your resin. Nice and smooth, and then we'll put it in back in the cupboard, my curing cupboard, overnight again, so it's proper set up.
So if people want to have a look at some of your products, where do they go? Have you got
I've got
website?
Facebook page is Resin Art by Oz, which is probably the best place. It has links for my stores. You can just direct message me if you need anything or want anything. I can do anything you want really. I can get them all. I was asked for a swan for a 60th birthday.
So you make like custom products as well?
Custom and bespoke products. I did the swan, and I sourced the swan mold from America, so a good one, and that's gone out the other day. We was very happy with it. So there's all the powders you've seen. You need all the little stones, brushes. You go through a lot of sticks, baby wipes, glues, And these are some of the moulds. I've got like giant mould. I haven't done this one yet. I'm waiting to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Frogs, inlays. There's a cross. These are little doozy ones. Dragon eyes. I'll show you them when we go in there. A dragon's mould that I've got there. And coasters. To everything really. I've got a lion's head. I'm going to be doing a Highland cow.
Oh, yeah.
The flower blooms are all in there. And that's coming up soon. That'll be this week. I'm going to do a bubble tray and set handles in it. And that's it really. Just the kind of stuff you just need. You just build up over time. Right.
And then that's the 3D printer, is it? What 3D
yeah,
printer
3D printer. So if I need to print names like for key rings or places or dogs' names or anything really. Right. I print the coffin lids you're going to see later in the 3D. I make the resin coffins, but we 3D print the lids because they tend to fit a little bit better in the resin lids, which can be a bit sharp and fiddly.
Oh, yeah.
So we use that a lot for that, and my wife does a sea glass in the bottle. Also, we print sea glass labels for that as well.
Yeah.
And this machine here, this is the curing oven. If you want to do coasters or you need to speed up your work, if you like, but I find sometimes it produces a little bit more bubbles and then you get a cracked edge. So I tend not to use this a lot now, but it's still there if I need it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I can demill this while we're
yeah,
here.
I'll do that, yeah.
These are sometimes, its tail's turned out, which is a bonus.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes they're a little bit fizzy. This is just what I did last night. I had some leftover black from the other day and leftover copper. We never waste resin, always have a mould on hand. And these are quite popular. Just pop him out. And there we go.
Yeah, looks good,
There
that.
we go. That's the mica powder you see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. That turned out quite nice,
Yeah,
so that'll
very
be on the service. Oh, my wife also sells on Vinted, and they don't fall over. So this, do you want that?
Yeah.
So I'll be setting these bases in.
Good idea, that, yeah.
So it's just so they don't fall over, or they can be identified if you do different bases. It's just a nice little present. I'll have them out soon. You can show me. You can put rejects if you want. They're me failures. So you can put me failure axolotls are really hard to do. I've got one, and that's one of my vases. I do, but I'll put the products out. You can take some photos then.
Well, you want to say what they are, and I'm
so these are a friend of mine wanted his mum's ashes for him and his siblings. So I did put the ashes in each cross and each base, and also I made a pendant with them in as well. So they're like memorial crosses for him.
Oh, yeah.
These are just my key rings. So these are my little key rings. I started off with big ones, but find out the little ones go a little bit better. I supply these to Rainbow Shells in Whitby. And these are my little giveaways. When somebody buys some, I generally give a key ring away. Over here is my key rings again. These are the Whitby based ones, so the whalebones, Whitby, I love Whitby. And that's the axolotl, that the only one that come out really after 5 attempts. And these are my little puffy heart pendants we make, where you just see my demold, all different colours. This here is a star, or this is going to be a sun catcher, and I've just got the other two to do. So either one sun catcher or two, I'm not quite sure it's going to work. This is the products, I don't know if you can see in there, some more turtles. This is the octopus I did, you'll see in that. Snakes, and then these are the coffins we do for the goths, so each line, so it's a resin coffin with a 3D printed lid with, you can have rip on, got Whitby on, maybe a bit hard to see, and then like Whitby in this one. So these are good sellers on goth weekends and stuff. And in here there's the eyes I was telling you about. So I've been doing dragon's eyes. I'm going to do some for coasters. So I've been doing all different types of eyes, so I can set them in coasters for people. There's a few more. Here's a nice little big fun dog paw if anybody wants one of them. They're just a fun one, a little beside or a little to display. Another And this one is a drawer full of, this is my turtles I've been doing. So this one's got chameleon flakes in. They're all different, I've got all different ones, green. Some more.
Yeah, they look even better in the light when the light's glistening off them.
Yeah, I can get there. Maybe this one in the wind. This is like a chameleon powder, so it changes colour, it's colour shifting.
Oh yeah, you can see it. Light.
So a lot of this is, when I put them up, you don't see.
Yeah, they look a lot better in real life than on the video and pictures show. Especially in good light as well.
Yeah, and I can also do like these are what done with alcohol ink, so they're basically see-through, but same stuff as that.
Oh yeah.
But it's just a different style. There's something for everyone with the turtles. And these are also sold off my Facebook page or in both shows in Whitby. And that's about it for in here, mate.
So there could be like balls or anything, you could use them for anything, couldn't you?
Yeah, there's just like a little a few of these. Because they're a nice size.
Yeah, not too.
I don't think I haven't really got anything. It's just not people's style anymore, I don't.
Yeah, everyone likes different things, don't they?
Well, that's what you say, yeah. I think my dragon eye coasters will go well, you know. It's just.
Yeah.
Because when I put it in, I tried to set it in, but I didn't think it would look like that. And like I say, it knackered up when you don't take all these fucking down.
I'm off to the look of them, doesn't it?
Ready for glass. Just waiting for glass, aren't we?
Yeah.
They do look good with the light in here. I've got batteries here, I'll put one in here.
Yeah. So where do you put the light then? Inside it?
No, let's put it under it, like
oh,
so.
Yeah.
That was more for but the other one's got clear in it.
Yeah.
They're called crystal churches.
Yeah.
But I sell them with these light. I don't charge any more for these light.
I hope you enjoyed that tour of Resin Art by Oz. If you're interested in buying any of these products, I'll put the links in the description below. Check out his Facebook page, Resin Art by Oz. I'll put the links for where he sells them on his websites and his Vinted page, so you can go on there, have a look and buy something. Don't forget, like, comment and subscribe.